The Metroidvania genre is probably the single most consistent genre of video game. Hollow Knight, Metroid, Super Metroid. Pretty much every Metroidvania I ever played is an all-time classic, except for the Metroid games. To be honest, I haven't even beaten a Metroid game yet. I tried booting up the original on the NES. No. This game is too outdated. You can't even crouch. I did get through some of Super Metroid, but then I got lost. Backtracking really grinds the pacing of this game to a halt when you're forced to navigate this illegible labyrinth every time you open the map. To be clear, I don't hate Metroid games. They just need a few quality of life changes, which could easily be fixed with a new game. Unfortunately, the last new mainline entry in the Metroid series was Metroid, not you, Fusion for the Game Boy Advance back in 2002. If only Nintendo would announce a new modern 2D Metroid game that was rumored to be in development for the DS back in the early 2000s and then tease a Metroid Prime 3, the fans have been waiting for it but ultimately giving up hope on it ever existing for years. At this year's E3. Metroid Dread, more like Metroid Bread. Is Metroid Bread worth $60? Well, the people complaining about this game's price are also the same people who would pay $70 for a new PS5 game. Like, you'd have to be an idiot to pay that much money for a video game. As I was saying, the price of a video game doesn't matter, and the cost of a game does not equate to its quality. It only influences how critical audiences are of it. God damn it. God fucking damn. For example, Genshin Impact. Wanna know why people love this game? Because it's free to play, minus your sullen firstborn child. Now let's see what people think of a game that costs real world money, like Ratchet and Clank. What the fuck? This blade of grass in Ratchet & Clank doesn't move. I paid $70 for this game, so why did this... Bottom line is, if you put a price tag on something, consumers will scrutinize every detail of your product, no matter how small, to ensure they get their money's worth. So then how can this cost as much as these? Well, the common factor that links these games together is that the game is fun. And good, also good. All those quality of life changes the older games needed are here. The map tells you whether you can access an area with your current loadout by labeling the parts of the environment you can interact with, and you can also place markers anywhere you want, so you're not always switching between looking at the map and moving towards your next objective. Why can I not say words? You can crouch now, and counter, and aim freely, and slide, and morph ball map to button, and ball jump, and easier wall jump, and scan pulse, and power-up tutorials, and Samus is bilingual now. These little gameplay tweaks help keep the pacing of Bread at a consistent flow, and because the movement is so smooth, exploration and backtracking are by correlation less tedious. Hidden blocks are in as usual, but what's really cool are these little speed booster puzzles. They're the only parts of the game that force you to experiment with abilities and push them to the limit. I would spend hours trying to figure out some of these puzzles, and when I finally solved them, I got 2 missiles of disappointment. And the satisfaction of a job well done, I guess. Yeah, the collectibles in this game are trash. Your reward for doing anything in the game is just extra ammo. There's no incentive to go through the speed booster puzzles when you can get the same rewards with less effort by shooting hidden blocks. I would have loved a bestiary of some kind, or any wall of text to expand the game's lore. Even the completion rewards are just JPEGs you can find on the internet. But who knows, maybe the satisfaction of completing the game is worth more than the reward itself. So in order to test that theory, I'm going to complete this children's game. The T stands for toddler. So in order to fully complete this game, I need to get all the items and speedrun it. The items are easy, I just have to look up, use my big brain and figure out where things are on my own. The hard part is going to be speedrunning. I need to beat Metroid Bread in another 4 hours on the hardest difficulty. But lucky for me, the game doesn't count deaths towards your completion time, which means I don't have to be good at the game, I just have to be fast. Now, I stayed up all night playing this game and made sure to stock up on gamer juice from Dog with a Blog, but even if I don't beat this game in under 4 hours, I think I'll be fine unless I'm late by like 5 minutes or something.
ついそう訪れたか。
Enemies are the best part of this game. They are invincible, unstoppable, and relentless enemies that will chase Samus and kill her in one hit. However, unlike games like Alien Isolation where the Xenomorph can kill you on the title screen, enemies only hunt you in designated no-no zones, and if one detects you, Among Us! Pray. This whole cat and mouse dynamic makes for some of the most thrilling and heart-pounding moments I've experienced in a video game. So in conclusion, play the game. There is a demo on the eShop. You have no excuse, unless you live in a third world country or you're dead.